Struggler opens up with these frantic synths, immediately putting you in the mindset of this roach who suddenly had consciousness thrust upon them and is now desperately trying to make sense of their newfound reality whilst trying to withstand the wrath of a god that is far beyond their own comprehension. This is what Struggler is about. The roach. I'm the Struggler. Ain't no way to love ya. The opener, Leaving the Light, presents this dichotomy between the roach's resilience and confidence and the impending existential dread that the roach will soon experience. As it begins to question its own struggle, its own perseverance against the god who is trying to stamp it down. Yeah, stamp me down, but a roach keeps roaching. But leaving the light. Always thought I was living a lie. Wasn't feeling it right. Always thought I was living a lie. Leaving the light. The roach and the old man gives a little bit more context to our main critter and the internal struggle that it is forced to endure. We don't really get a good understanding of the god that is after our roach. It is presented as this force that is far beyond our roach's comprehension, that it is incapable of fighting back against. Because it's a roach. Like, what's it gonna do? Like, imagine yourself going up to fight Holly Holmes. You're not gonna win that fight. That is a losing endeavor for you. You're gonna get turned to slop. Dorkazoid. You can also draw parallels to Genesis Owusu's last record, Smiling with No Teeth, which dealt with being a black person living in a white society who doesn't understand their struggle, their fight against white supremacy and colonization. You can view this roach's story as another representation of black struggle, how marginalization can create resilience, but that resilience can also create nihilism, because why do you have to be so resilient just to exist? And it's that very question that our roach is asking itself. The god that Struggler builds has this sort of ambivalence about it. We don't really get a motive or a reason as to why this god wants to strike down this roach. I'm just assuming that it's because it's a roach. And that's icky and stuff like that. We do not understand this god at all. All we get is indifference for this little bug. We get no answers, only an insect's existential crisis over its own prosecution or lack thereof. What's a roach to a god? What reasons does it have to care for its pestilence? Confusion, nihilism, empowerment. These are all feelings that the roach is feeling on the inside. Emotions that we are constantly oscillating between, that we never get a chance to sit with. Struggler has this constant sense of frantic momentum that the roach never gets a reprieve from. This critter is constantly on the run, with this god and the looming sense of its own annihilation constantly crowding its mind. Even during the few moments that the roach gets a chance to breathe, it is barely even a breath. See ya there. That's life. A swamp. Stuck to the fan. These are the lowest points on the record, where its own doom gets the best of it, because those are the moments where the roach has the time to understand the impossibility of its own situation. There is acceptance of its situation, but it is still stuck in this cycle of optimism, empowerment, and hopelessness. Like Sisyphus and that damn boulder, this roach is stuck in a constant loop of running away from a god that wants to stamp it down. thinking about its own strength and powerlessness in the face of a force that you'll never be able to fight back against. But at the end of the day, you're a roach that keeps roaching. And that's something. Blow me away, cleared from the haze. Oh, you took me right back. No, all my roaches see better days. To a place that I know, shit was stuck to the fan.